I'm curious, how do you stay emotionally together, given you're constantly holding other people's worst moments?
Other people's worst moments take compassion.
Yeah.
You know, you should never, ever lose that. You don't have to cry with them, but you do have to have a concept of what they're feeling and help them through it. That's part of the
Yep.
care. It's more than the stitches, it's more than the antibiotic. It's caring about that human being, understanding what they're going through. And sometimes when it comes close to home, it can be very difficult, you know.
And what do you do with those feelings though at some like what do you do when you go home? Like you can hide them in the moment, but then you got to put them somewhere, I have to imagine.
Don't know. You probably have to ask
Yeah.
my wife that.
Let's go. We'll have her on next in the podcast. That's
Right.
really big. It's something we talk a lot about in my work when we talk about mental fitness. There's this like very cheesy phrase, you got to feel it to heal it. But to your
Yeah.
point as a doctor, you can't feel it in the moment, not with necessarily your patient. Besides that compassion, that moment of compassion, it really, really matters to show up professionally. And yeah, we'll have her on next time.
Okay.
Um, I'm curious, we'll switch gears a little bit, but at this stage in your career in your life, what's the best part that nobody talks about?
Probably every patient I see, you know,
Yeah.
the chance to make somebody feel better.
Yeah.
I've never lost that enthusiasm. You
That's
know,
really cool.
being able to
That's
put
really
a
cool.
smile on a patient's face, you know,
That's beautiful. And what's the hardest moment that you've had in your career and what did it teach you?
probably not in my career, personal life, you know.
Yeah.
Um, I don't, 3 years ago, my brother, I had to make the family decision as a physician, not just his older brother, to let him go,
Yeah.
you know, and suddenly you've got the white coat on and you have to convey that image to the rest of the family when inside it's not what you're feeling.
Yeah. Yeah. And that
You know,
goes back to the compartmentalization piece, but a very personal moment, it sounds like, for that.
right, right. And,
Wow.
and I've,
Well, I'm
I've
so
done it.
sorry.
I've done it for 3 or 4 family members, but my brother was the toughest,
I can only imagine.
and he was
Uh,
brilliant, and he
yeah.
can he contributed to medicine fantastically.
You want to tell us about him?
World recognized authority in radiology, wrote 8 or 9 textbooks of radiology, improved the CT scanner.
Whoa, we've all heard of that now.
Right, right. No, no ability to cope with patients,
Yeah.
but a brilliant scientist.
That's, by the way, we need those doctors too,
Absolutely.
who speak well to machines and to the research, and the data.
Yeah.
Um, I'm curious, when you think about retiring,
Why?
I love literally what I was going to say. Like, do you actually think about retirement? Like, is that even a thing on your mind?
No, not whatsoever.
Did you ever think on your tired and your most tired of moments? Did you ever think about that?
Never. I've always said I'll quit when they slam the lid.
now, now, as a follow up, we've touched on this, but like young people, young doctors, clinicians,
Mhm.
nurses are exhausted, anxious, burned out before they're 30. I'm curious, like, what do you make of that? Is this real or are they soft? Like, there's
No,
a lot of conversation about our generation. Like, what's going on with that?
it's real. I mean, my wife's a nurse.
Yeah.
She was director of surgical. When I met her, she was working in the ICU, and she marched upward by getting a master's, etc., to become the head of the open heart unit, and then the head of the surgical nursing division for a major hospital
Wow.
with 500 nurses working under her.
Wow.
Okay, at that time, we worked a 5-day week and you worked an 8-hour shift. Then two things happened. How about if the nurse works a 10-hour day? Now she only has
Yeah.
to work 3 days a week. So she gets, hey, now I have extra days off. But that 10 hours is how much constant attention can you give to patients, particularly if you put them in an ICU environment? Wait a minute. Sally didn't come in, so we need you to do it double.
Yeah.
Now that nurse has worked 20 hours. What do you think her attention level is,
Yeah.
early the next morning? And she's burned out.
Yeah.
And if, there's we're 175,000 nurses short in this country, over 50,000 primary care docs short. So either things don't get done or the rest of us pick up the slack. And that slack pickup contributes to burning out physicians and nurses big time.
Yeah. Yeah. And